Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today, for Image Month, we have a special review. Today, we're reviewing Jupiter's Legacy, Book 1 by Mark Millar, art by Frank Quiltely. It's part of Mark Millar's Millar World, which is it's so dumb. I guess he's calling all of his any graphic novel he writes part of the Millar world, even though it implies that when you have world connect to it, it implies that they're all interconnected. But as far as I know, each graphic novel is set in its own universe. In Kick-Ass, there was no reference to there being real life superheroes in their world with superpowers, right? Neither did and I haven't read all of these, but pretty sure in Wanted they never mentioned people the Kick-Ass, Utopian, the Superior guy, Nemesis, which I wouldn't mind reading Superior and Nemesis. Other Mark Millar World books are Kingsman, The Secret Service, Starlight, MPH, Chrononauts. There's American Jesus, Wanted, like I said, Super Crooks, and a bunch of Kick-Ass sequels. I knew there was a Kick-Ass 2. I didn't know there was a Kick-Ass 3, but apparently there is. I have not read Kick-Ass 2 or 3 yet. Did enjoy Kick-Ass 1. The ending was pretty funny, to be honest. The main character gets cucked, and the guy who cucked him sends him a picture of the dude's girl, the dude's girl giving him a blowjob, and he jerks off to it like a fucking beta male bitch, which is kind of funny. Yeah. So I had some backstory. I have some backstory with this book. When I first got into reviewing comic books again, I was looking up Mark Millar books because I had reread Ultimates, and I was in the mood for more Mark Millar stuff, and I was looking up stuff that he did recently, and Jupiter's Legacy caught my eye. But what happened was that I went looking for it. It was kind of hard to find because at my local bookstore they only had book 2. Bought book 2, couldn't find book 1 anywhere. Looked online. Book 1 and 2 is going out of print because fucking Netflix is going to release Jupiter's Legacy TV show, and they're re-releasing the Jupiter Legacy books in 4 volumes because there was 2 prequel books, Jupiter's Circle, and they're gonna release each book for $30 each. Keep in mind, I paid $10 for book 1, $20 for book 2. So for combined, I got 2 books for the price of 1 book that they were gonna charge. Fuck that, dude. I'm telling you. But the story for this book is it's very reminiscent of when I heard about it, I thought, oh, he's just doing Wanted again. Mark Millar is going back to the well. If people don't know what that's a metaphor means, it's basically whenever a talented artist or writer runs out of ideas or can't come up with good ideas, they'll do a sequel to a popular book of theirs. So that's what going back to the well means. Not necessarily doing a sequel, but doing a story that was similar to the thing that made you popular in the first place, right? Here, I was surprised to see that it wasn't like Wanted. It's, if anything, it's a lot what's his name? Mark Waid and Alex Ross's Kingdom Come. If you ever read Kingdom Come, which is, as much as Mark Waid is a piece of shit, Kingdom Come is a fucking masterpiece. How much of that is attributed to Alex Ross's art? Who knows? But it is a masterpiece, right? So the story for this is you have these group of people led by this guy Sheldon Sampson, which I don't know if Mark Millar did that thing where, because like for like a couple of his books, like Kick-Ass, Superior, and I think even Nemesis did too, where like he'll just he'll have like a contest and name like one of the main characters off like, you know, a fan of his, right? Which I'm pretty sure Kick-Ass's main character and Superior's main character were named after fans. This one I have no idea if he was or not, because Sheldon, like, who would name their Superman ripoff Sheldon, right? But I don't know, who cares? Sheldon Sampson is from the 1920s, I think it's 1929, please exact. Gets these visions of a mysterious island. So he brings his friends with him, right, to go to this mysterious island, and they meet aliens that give them superpowers, and they go back to America, and they pretty much fix everything. They fought like two world wars. Now we go to the present. A lot of the old superheroes are old but still kicking ass. They raise a new generation of superheroes. I guess more after they came back. Somehow more people with superpowers spawned into existence. You have super villains. They never explained this because we know, like, because even like people who are like their children, yeah, some of them have superpowers, but some of them don't. Like one of our main characters, Hutch, is the son, I think he's the son of Skywolf, or Skyfox, sorry, who's like the Batman kind of character. He's Batman, but Batman's had superpowers, basically, right? Who went villain for some reason, right? He doesn't have superpowers, even though, like, you know, he's the son of the first generation of superheroes, right? Yeah, so like, yeah, they never explained that. So basically what's going on is the Utopian, that's Sheldon Sampson's real name, and his cohorts had children who are basically all fuck-ups, including Sheldon Sampson's two children. One is Brandon, who gets drunk with his friends every day, fuck fans, like do get drunk and do stupid shit that endanger people's lives, and his dad shows up, humiliates him in front of his friends, right? And like sobers up and like does not give a shit that he almost like killed a shitload of people. He's more pissed off that his dad embarrassed him in front of his friends. So it's like already, like, you can tell that these superhero characters are, like, you know, sociopathic. You also have the other child of Utopian, who is, I think her name is Chloe. She is a party girl, drug addict who has an OD. Discovers that she's pregnant with Hutch's baby, Hutch being the son of the supervillain Skyfox, who used to be one of the original members of Plutonian's like band of superheroes who went to the island, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so what ends up happening is that one of the original superheroes is Sheldon Sampson's brother, who I think in the prequel he turns out to be a closeted homosexual, but he has a son in this book. I think his name is like Earthshaker. I can't fucking remember his superhero name, but yeah, you can tell that he's totally in it just for the fame and money. Yeah, who has like psychic powers, where you see all the superheroes fight this one super villain who looks a lot like Darkseid, and they defeat him by trapping his psyche into this memory construct created by Walter, while they beat the one dude to near death, and they send him to the Supermax super prison, which plays later on. What's going on is this book is set during Obama's presidential term, when like the economy was shit. So like Walter, the brother of Samson, of Sheldon Sampson and the Utopian, thinks he's like a super genius and thinks he can run the country better than the people in charge. Comes up with this manifesto to save the world, save the economy, right? He gives this to the Utopian. Utopian tells him, we're public servants. It's not our job to run the country, right? We're not like, leave politics to the politicians, right? So like in a way, at this point I'm kind of leaning more toward Walter, but like once it's revealed what his plans are, is basically like, oh, he basically came up with a communist manifesto. He came up with Lenin's version of communism, where you still have the elites running shit, but we LARP that everybody's equal. Right? So Walter decides to say fuck it, runs a coup against the Utopian, gets all the superheroes and the Utopian's son Brandon to kill the Utopian, and they try to kill Chloe and her mom, but they only killed her mom. Like, she ends up getting saved by Hutch, who, despite not having superpowers, his dad gave him this item called the Power Rod, which allows him to teleport. So what happens? There's a 8-year time skip where our characters are in hiding in Australia. It's illegal to have superpowers, so you have members of the U.S. Government which the government is run by Walter and Brandon now. Set up this task force to find and arrest people with superpowers. Our main characters are now hiding in Australia. Chloe's working at a pencil factory. Hutch, despite being a super genius, is now working as a janitor because they have to hide who they are, right? And they have a son now named Jason, who has the intellect of his father, but the superpowers of his mother, who once in a while goes out and saves people, right? They end up being caught, discovered by the bad guys, and you have this epic fight with our main characters and the authority, the people in charge, right? Which they set up drop ships and like troops to go in and try to kill the mother and son, and like our main character Hutch just fucking teleports a train that just runs them over and kills them, right? And you also have like Chloe kills one of the guys. So one thing I have to mention is that I thought despite the fact that the kid's like a super genius, I did like, when he got in trouble and he was attacked by the bad guys, he cried and called out for his mother, because despite the fact that he's a super genius and everything, he's still a kid, right? Which people tend to forget in like Hollywood movies, right? So I don't know. If I were to give this a rating, I wanted to give it 8.5, but I don't want to blow up the fucking the ego Mark Millar, because Mark Millar, a lot of his books are either good, really great, or they're shit, right? Or you even have like really great comic books of his that start off great and then turn to shit, like Old Man Logan, which starts off great, but once he comes back, it goes to shit. Like the writing just fucking drops off. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints, really. It did have like kind of a leftist tint, but it kind of, but the leftists turned out to be the bad guys of the book, right? So I did enjoy that. I did enjoy that the super genius brother, even after he took charge, just fucking. Not only did he not make things better, he just made things worse. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I was gonna the next image book for review, we were gonna, because we tried to switch between the graphic novels and the single issues, but like I'm so hyped, I have to start reading like Jupiter's Legacy book 2. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna review our next image month review will be like Jupiter's Legacy book 2. Make sure to check that out, guys. All right, peace. Oh, it was a 8 out of 10, by the way, just so you know.